Welcome to another episode of Attorney Reacts. Nefi Lopez from the Law of Esports here to react to another video this week. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let's check it out. Today we're watching a video by a channel called Caught Up. Did a compilation. We're going to react to it. Let's check it out.
We've all seen those cops walk around thinking that they're the top of the food chain and that they know everything. Well, let's see what happens when they come up against the real apex predators, lawyers.
Oh, we're the real apex predators.
County 48 traffic stop.
Okay. Initiate a traffic stop, pretty standard, pretty normal. Oh, this guy's opening the door. Oh.
Sir, go back into your car. I'll be with you in a second.
You better check the registration on this plate soon, mister.
Okay. This guy must be somebody important. Or at least he thinks he is. I feel like if that was any normal person, they'd be in trouble for getting out of the car like that in the middle of a traffic stop.
Have a good day, Judge. You bet.
Oh, it was a judge. Okay. You see, you're not supposed to do that. All right. It doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a judge. If you're breaking the rules and you get pulled over, you're not above the law. So I understand sometimes officers will give deference and this judge kind of demanded it, but you're not supposed to use your power for these reasons.
These dodgy cops learn a couple of valuable lessons with this traffic stop.
So I'm driving Uber, and my passenger's getting arrested.
Oh, that's rough.
Hey, Bo, turn that off, okay?
No, I'll keep recording, thank you. It's my right.
Yeah, and he's absolutely right. If you're recording during a traffic stop, it's totally within your right for you to keep recording. You don't have to turn it off, even if a police officer tells you to do so. So just as he says it, that's my right. That is your right. So it's important for you guys to know your rights.
Don't record me, you got me?
I will look. You're a police officer on duty. I can record you.
And he's absolutely right.
And if you come to this side of the vehicle, I can keep recording
Turn
you.
it off.
I can keep recording you.
Turn it off. I'm taking jail.
For recording you, I'm sitting in my car holding my phone.
Record me.
What is the law? What are you arresting me for? I'm sitting here in my car. I'm just recording in case anything.
Wow, this is ridiculous.
By 5 police officers.
You're being a jerk.
I'm scared right now. I'm not being a jerk. I'm recording it in case anything happens.
So you better hope they don't find something in your car, okay?
They're not searching my car
I'm
because
gonna search your car.
you're not searching my car.
Yeah, so if you're an Uber driver and your passenger's getting arrested, it doesn't automatically mean that they can search your car. There's certain ways around the rule, you know, without getting into too much detail, but if he refuses to give them consent to search his car, they can't just search his car. Also, they can't arrest you for just recording. In certain states, there is, you know, two-party, one-party consent states. It really, you know, the rule varies, but I don't know what state he's in, but he seems to know what he's talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and take his word for it, because in most states, it's usually okay for you to record a police officer. And this guy's just saying you're being a jerk, which again, you got a cop on a power trip. Pretty classic.
Bring the canines. I don't care, man. Like, I know my right.
And the reason why they're talking about canines is because there has been Supreme Court cases in the past that says canines are technically not violation of your privacy because it's not really a search as defined by the law and the courts in the past. And so he's saying canine because that's sort of a way that cops get around, you know, the reasonable suspicion rule, where if a cop signals to them that there may be something in the car, then they have probable cause in order for them to search your car. And so that's why he's threatening them with that.
I hope so. I know what the law is.
Lesson 1. Never judge a book by its cover.
I know the law. I'm an attorney, so I would hope I know the law.
And an Uber driver?
And here, man.
Dang, now he's putting him on blast for being an Uber driver, doubting that he's a lawyer.
You want my bar card?
Wow, that's crazy. This guy's out of control. As soon as he told him he's a lawyer, you saw he kind of disappeared. Oh, and look, he's wearing his law school shirt too.
Sir, can you tell me what this new law is that I'm not allowed to record?
I'm sorry?
He said that there's a law I'm not allowed to record the police. I just wanted to know what that new law is.
Well, you said you were an attorney, correct?
I am. I've never heard of this law that you're not allowed to record the police anymore. It must be brand new.
Apparently they just recently passed it, so...
He's doubling down. He's saying they recently passed the law.
Seems like a strange law.
Lesson 2. Honesty is the best.
Oh man, come on. Look at that smirk on his face. That's so ridiculous.
Man. I showed him my way bill. I really am just driving Uber for some extra money. I don't know where these people are going to and from.
Really about 80.
Are these his?
From Mary?
Probably, they're not mine. I have nothing in my car. There's no drugs, there's no alcohol.
I didn't say you did.
Well, the other officer told me he's taking me to jail, so...
Did I say that?
No, your friend said that.
My friend?
I
you
assume...
mean the sergeant?
The sergeant, your friend, somebody...
Okay. Just yours or his?
Probably his. Nothing that's in here is mine. That's sitting right there.
In Ohio, police pull this man up on suspicion of illegal dumping and get more than they bargained for.
For those of you guys that don't know, dumping means throwing trash in places where you're not supposed to, whether it's on the side of the road or public place. Here it looks like there is a dumpster, and you can't just pull up to a random dumpster and throw your trash. You know, it's against the law.
Hi there.
My office is here.
Your office is here?
I own an office here.
Okay, which office is it?
The Otherwise law firm.
The what?
Here's my business card.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing anything wrong.
All right. Huh?
Show my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right.
And it looks like he's also wearing a trial lawyer shirt. Sometimes if you get nominated for certain awards and he's wearing one of those, I think it's just funny. Which, you know, if you're a lawyer, you should recognize that label. It's one of those awards that you pay some money and they give you stuff.
You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, all right.
Have it back? No, don't run it. Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your.
After providing his identification, Mr. Olawale refuses the cops running checks on him in their system. Owning a law firm, you would assume he knows his rights, which is completely correct. In Ohio law, it states that no person in a public place shall refuse to disclose their name, address, or date of birth when requested by a police officer who suspects the person is going to commit, or has committed a crime. So by providing his identification, he's broken no laws, and that is as far as his information needs to go.
That's correct. Most states, not most states, some states have laws that if a police officer requires you to identify yourself under certain situations, you have to. But that doesn't mean that they just open the door and they can do all kinds of searches on you.
The police may have had some reason to run checks on Mr. Olawale, but after citing his ID and establishing that he rents an office on the property, their suspicion of illegal dumping is gone out.
Right, the conversation is done at that point.
Property, put in trash in mine.
Okay, but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So
No one said that you were violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identify myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're going to do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. Simply.
Asserting your rights is turning it into an issue. I don't think so. And you know, props to this guy. He's been pretty chill. He did what he had to do, and he knows where to draw the line, and he's drawing the line. And these guys seem that they want to push that.
We're out with. Yeah. So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper.
It's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you've already discovered. Do you want me to show you my?
He's already identified that he is a tenant or owns an office there, and he has identified himself. The investigation should be done at that point. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they're still dragging this on.
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs
complex.
to me.
After offering these officers evidence,
That's so crazy. They're just looking for reasons.
proceed to document his information. Supreme Court precedent states that if any information discovered or presented by the suspect dismisses their reasonable suspicion, they can't continue to detain the suspect. So Mr. Olawale is totally within his rights to refuse here.
Hi.
Don't worry, everything is under control. And that's my wife.
Okay, that's fine. Do you want your card back?
Yeah, I understand you came to check, but trying to run my ID to find anything, no, that's illegal.
That is not illegal. But okay, you can finish dumping if you like.
Thank you.
You can finish dumping. You see, this is an ego thing for these cops. I mean, the guy has already established that he lives there or not lives there. He owns an office there. He has the right to use the trash. He's continuing to do it legally because that's within his right as a tenant or as somebody who owns an office there. You know, these officers they're just rude, right? Because they're not getting their way. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe
They got to have the last word.
racist cop gets owned while trying to interrogate kids.
You shouldn't give them no information. That's illegal. It's a legal search.
Somebody else happened today.
Don't worry. No, he ain't gotta answer no questions. He ain't gotta answer no questions.
Just so you know, I got a body cam.
It don't matter. It ain't no one know right now. You didn't press the button. I know law, bro. If you ain't committing no crime, you ain't got no business right here asking no question, interrogating them. You have suspicion? Well, you ain't supposed to ask that though, cause you're running them right now in leads.
You're free to go right now.
Yeah, you was free to go. He is free to go. He always free to go. And don't ask somebody else on how with their name without them committing crimes. That is illegal. Y'all time is almost up. Have a nice day. Stop scanning people's names. Find some real criminals.
So we don't have a lot of context here. It looks like this guy's pretty upset. The cops, I mean, based on the fact that they just let that guy walk away, seems that they were just looking for, they're fishing, right? This is what we call a fishing expedition, trying to figure out, are these kids doing something wrong to bust them for it? You know, and it sounds by the fact that he just walked away that there probably was no crime ever committed, and they're just literally looking for a reason to detain these young kids.
This young lawyer was having car problems when these racist cops arrive and start making accusations.
Not given me anything. Suspicion is not a reason, it's not a cause. Because again, I'm suspicious of everybody. You don't go around stopping everybody. I was genuinely suspicious of the woman there. But you two that are not talking to me didn't bother to do anything. Hold on, because I haven't finished. So no, I'm finishing talking first. Again, you're a civil servant. I'm not trying to be rude, but your job is to serve the public. You're doing an injustice to me right now, keeping me standing here for zero reason.
So the guy's car broke down and he's getting investigated by cops. It's kind of weird, and this also looks like it occurred in England. So, you know, international law I'm not as comfortable with. I don't know as much, but you know, it's very clear that these guys are just trying to see if they can hook them for something.
I need reasonable suspicion. Okay? I don't need belief. If I want to speak to you, if I want to find information, I spoke to you. I asked for your details, which I have.
Yeah, and I have no obligation to give them to you.
But your attitude now...
And he's right, for the most part.
Reasonable. I have more suspicion that something might be present, right?
What? No. You can't just say something might...
Yeah, so cops have to have articulatable suspicion, meaning not just, oh, I'm suspicious of you. There has to be a valid reason as to the source of that suspicion. Now, do they think you stole something? Do they think you're doing something illegal? Then be specific enough. And here he's just saying he's suspicious.
Hold on, because I think something might be present on your officer.
Okay, can I talk? I gave you a right? So the fact that you got very funny about driving license.
No, I didn't get funny about driving license. I got you funny about giving me my details. Because I told you, I will give you my... hold on a minute. Now you're trying to forget words that I've already told you. I said to you, I will provide you with my details if you can give me a valid reason to do so. You haven't given me a valid reason. You have no right to do so without my consent. These are laws of the sea. I'm a law-abiding... Yeah, it is.
So he says he's a lawyer.
Because somebody raised suspicion, but no valid, with no valid reason. With no, because you're wasting my time. I've told you.
He's saying he has a problem with his attitude.
Time though now.
Right now, you're being detained.
And I get it. He's frustrated.
Now he's being detained for alleged stolen property, still with no evidence.
Search for stolen property. Search for what stolen property.
Your attitude.
No, hold on a second.
Well, is it because he stole something, or is it because of his attitude? He's going back and forth.
No, you cannot validate me having any sort of stolen property based on a conversation.
Right, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Has raised my suspicion.
No, you can't. Now you're trying to pin stuff. Honestly, take this further. Carry on with this act that you're doing right now, and I promise you, I will take this further. You're acting under ultra virus. You have no validation right now because you're telling me no. You're insult. You are. You've just accused me of having stolen property. So why?
Let's see all these alleged stolen goods.
Oh, they're patting him down.
Joe, if I was an older guy, a white guy, guaranteed this wouldn't be happening. We know this is the case because some lady said they're suspicious. What are we suspicious? Because I was looking in my bonnet. Because I was looking in the bonnet of my car. What is suspicious about?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what bonnet means. Is he talking about the boot of his car, as British people call it, a trunk? I don't know. Pardon my ignorance. If you know what bonnet is, put it in the comments. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna learn a little bit about some of these English terms.
So after finding no stolen goods on the suspect, they move on to his car.
Don't like you lot. You wonder why people don't like you lot. Really?
You're stereotyping now, isn't it?
No, I'm not stereotyping, but you know how many times this happens? You lot are the stereotype.
They're saying he's stereotyping whenever... It looks like some lady at some point said that he was being suspicious. It somehow turned into him stealing stuff. And then they're the ones that are going to say you're stereotyping them. Come on, man.
You're the stereotype. Because you haven't You haven't tried to once intercept and say, you know what, let's just leave these boys alone. You don't have to do this.
Looks like these guys were found in unfortunate situations. For the most part, we're pretty calm about it, so it de-escalated pretty quickly. The one at the very end there, which one of the longer videos, turns out the cops didn't find anything, and so they just wasted his time and their own time because the lady found it suspicious. So again, this is another reason why it's important that you guys know your rights. As police officers, you know, they go through several weeks of training. Lawyers go through years of learning and testing in order to be representatives of the court, to be officers of the court, to be lawyers. And so, you know, it's nice to see some attorneys sometimes, you know, educate these people and call cops out on their BS. You know, it's always good to see that. So with that being said, there's a couple more videos for you guys to watch. Feel free to click on the next one and make sure you guys hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and tell us what kind of videos you think we should do next. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Big verdict.